Okay, so this is part 2. I left off saying the apostles have a passion for building things from nothing, and my phone went off, so I kicked the video off. So in part 2 here, each of the fivefold callings have evangelist, teacher, pastor, prophet, apostle. Each of them has a natural expression, a secular expression. The secular expression of the evangelist is the recruiter or the salesman. The natural expression of the teaching calling is a trainer. The natural expression of the pastor is the supervisor, the business manager, like an individual business, like a franchise. The natural expression, secular expression of a prophet is usually a consultant or a counselor, advisor, these kind of things, like a business consultant or life coach. The natural expression of the apostle is the entrepreneur, the boss's boss, the manager, the top-down visionary, the founder of the company, the entrepreneur. There's also a satanic expression of each one. A lot of people with an evangelistic gifting end up being drug dealers. A lot of people with a teaching gifting can end up being professors teaching some communism or whatever agenda they have that is not of God, but it's information. The pastor can end up being like a gang leader or something similar where he leads people, but it's in a bad way. The satanic expression of a psychic is satanic expression of a prophet is often a psychic or someone very in contact with the spirit world, but they're dealing with the wrong spirits, like decaying spirits instead of life-giving spirits. The satanic expression of the apostle is like a mafia kingpin, someone that founds a system to do evil. Like Al Capone had a apostolic calling, but used it in a satanic way. Most psychics have a prophetic gifting. They're using it in a satanic way. Most gang leaders have a pastoral calling. They gather people. They're good at it, but they use it in a satanic way. A lot of college professors are using some of them are using a teaching calling in a satanic way sometimes. The stuff they teach. And the evangelists, a lot of them end up being drug dealers because they have this innate ability to recruit people into things and sell something, sell an idea, sell a concept, but it's the wrong thing. And there's natural expression, which we talked about, and there's spiritual expression. Spiritual expression, what does evangelists do? The evangelist brings people into the kingdom. He doesn't bring them in and mentor them and train them and encourage them and disciple them and gather them and organize them. He just brings them in. His job is to bring them in. Like a recruiter of the military, his job is to bring people into the military. The pastor, his job is to bring people together like a sergeant. He brings a unit together. He brings a small group of people together for the purpose and leads them and motivates them and encourages them. And the day-to-day, he makes sure everything day-to-day is taken care of. It's a very priestly calling. And he makes sure the day-to-day needs of the temple or the church or the platoon or whatnot are taken care of. The teacher gives the people the information they need from the Word of God, and hopefully by the Spirit as well, to reach their full potential. He gives them the information that is needed to accomplish the mission. The prophetic can kind of be like in the military, be an intelligence officer in a way, because you give them information they wouldn't normally have access to, but you also can inspire, can motivate, and create change. Like we talked about before, they can run opposition to the priest. The pastor/priest keeps everything running day to day. He's very present focused. He makes sure everything runs day to day, and he keeps things how they are. He's very resistant to change. The prophetic is very future oriented and loves change. And if it's good or bad change, sometimes if there's no discernment, they'll lead you into bad change because they just need something to change. While the pastors very priestly, very day to day, and they want things to stay the same. If it works or if it doesn't, it's got to stay the same. So the prophetic, which comes in, it's more of a visionary, and the apostolic, which is the builder. The apostolic, you go to a certain people or certain people group or a certain place where there is no foundation there yet. You're going no one's ever been. And you have a little dabbling of each of the 5 giftings. You have a little bit of each one. So you can start something from nothing. Like a business owner, he starts something from nothing. He's the cashier and the cook and the accountant and the marketing. And he's all of it at once. He's a trainer. He does everything, a little bit of everything, until it's raised up. He builds a structure. Then the other 5-fold giftings come in to fill that structure. Then he goes and replicates it somewhere else. He doesn't stick around forever. He might come back and correct where, could do a check-in and correct where things are going wrong. He doesn't stick around forever. And you have the you have a very naturalistic, materialistic way of doing that in the church. If you have a very naturalistic, material way of doing it without the Spirit, the evangelist goes around passing carpet bombing flyers to people. That's what they do. They just give out little pamphlets everywhere. There's no Spirit-led involvement in it. It's a standing order. Your standing order per this book is to give out these little pamphlets. That's what you do. It's just a standing order all day, all the time. Just get up and hand out pamphlets like a factory. The evangelism factory. Just pass out these pamphlets. The teaching way of doing that is like, so that's how we do the full portion, which provides stability, which is good, but there's to be more to the teaching. But the teaching, it's like curriculum in the school. Just do the same lesson plan over and over and over and over every year and never change it until you die or retire. The evangelist without the Spirit will just carpet bomb pamphlets and tracts. A teacher without the Spirit will just do a lesson plan on repeat over and over and over and over and over. A pastor not operating the Spirit will just kind of repeat the same gathering. He'll gather the same people at the same place, the same time every week, and just keep that on repeat forever. No change, no alteration. Just run to the same sermon, the same program, the same routine, the same liturgy, which all that provides stability. And that's why I see in Judaism there's a lot of the priestly mindset in Judaism and in Catholicism. And it provides stability, but there has to be room for the Spirit. So it has to be order and structure, absolutely. But the pastor will just run through the same thing. Like stagnation is usually a sign of not being Spirit-led, and because that maybe was part of the prophetic. And the prophetic, not being Spirit-led, will be soul-led. It will look like it's Spirit-led, but it's not. It's just running around, reading people's souls, pick up their mind, will, and emotions, and just kind of declaring either what they want to hear or what you want to say. And it usually ends up being your own words, own perceptions, own insights. That's all it is. It's just you. It sounds like God because it's strange and weird, because you're strange and weird. But it's not God, it's just you. And that's be very careful of. It's not as prophetic gift. People can be really angry and judgmental. So when their anger and their judgmental comes out, it's not God, it's just them. But they're saying it really loudly, so it seems like God. And then on the apostolic is we're just gonna, it's like playing Monopoly. If you're apostolic with no spiritual leading, you just guys playing as many churches as possible as soon as possible. And you're not really relying on God to tell you when, where, or how. You just kind of do it. You just got this you had this idea come to you, and you're going to do it hell or high water and not stop to consult anybody anytime for any reason. David was apostolic, but David was Spirit-led apostolic, and David was also prophetic, but he said, God, should I go to this? Okay. How should I go to this? When should I go to this? As like Napoleon Bonaparte had apostolic gifting, but he didn't seem to stop and ask God to go to Waterloo or not. He just was going to take over the world right now, no matter what. So I'll do another video. I'll do a part 3 soon. Makes sense.